Welcome back to the World Breaker Project. Holy crap, that is so loud. I probably have to put myself a little bit down to like this. And also, what the hell? Why are you seeing this one? If you see the screen, yeah, this has been a while where this part is so light and this part's so dark. It's been months like that. I would say no, not even months. It's just only like over a month where I got this. Hopefully it fixes itself because I don't want to just look like this all the time. Looks like those 10 girls in yeah. I'm gonna finish it there. And today we're not going to tackle Guilty Gear, also F for Peppery Splash. What am I tackling? I'm gonna tackle basically some of the random stuff and also not Vasta. Alwahmiat. Alwa. I'll just say Alwa. I have the proper thingamajig to talk, but yeah. But before I go to the character introduction, I do want to tell you some stuff that I did work on, and I'm sorry I put it late because I was busy on Thursday, Friday. I could actually record then, but I wish I could record that because I have enough information for maybe 2 to 3 videos, but I didn't have enough time then. But now I have enough time, and I'm going to post this the day of. So this video is going to be on day of. Monday, I'm going to post another one. And then hopefully another one on Thursday, Friday, AEST. So let's just go through everything that I have highlighted and I need to get rid of. So added information for people / race. Galdos cannot be born with generic powers, but they make it up with their magic. I feel like this one is gonna make more sense if I tackle the power system, which I'm not going to go too in depth with the power system or the weapon index. I'm going to talk about it a little bit today, but it's going to be a work in progress until we actually see most of it, which around season 4, which is a massive project where we can see a little bit more of the power system. The magic, I feel like we definitely can finish it in season 3. But mostly, all I say is generic powers. You understand what it is, but basically this race only has magic. Then a little bit on is that Jordan? Yep. Is that Jordan? No, that is Celicia. Yeah, there we go. Celicia Thurgle, and I need to make this a little bit more viewable. This one, Saint / Emperor tier magic, advanced level magic is more potent. Sorry, she was considered a project able to use advanced level magic. How high is advanced? Yeah, then she can use up to Emperor tier levels. So this is green, which means it's a slight alteration where it's the same thing, but it's just a little bit altered so you guys understand it clearly, since now there is a magic system that I have named, and you can see a little bit from there, but we'll explain it. Also, the CSC, which is Synchronization Combat Suit, I'm just going to call it Synchronization Form for now on. This is allowed to... Okay, this is just more of extending what this means. I think I already showed the clip with the Toph. This is basically Toph. You can look it up yourself. It's how it kind of works. Not really, but you get the points. It also shows Magic Project Offense to understand the characters, and also shows how to use. Shows how magic is used in a fight. This is referring to the first fight where Jordan fends off a group of quote-unquote bullies. Then Orange, and then this part is when they mingle in a bit in a fried chicken restaurant. So I want to add a little bit more before they actually go to the dome, which is more of I should have put it in the starting script, but I've completely forgot. Where they kind of have a showcase in a nearby park, where you would basically see how it works, and they understand what their abilities are before just going straight in. So during that time, they go outside of the park training facility. This is used to showcase the magic system and the strength. It also shows that Jordan relies mostly on casting his magic. Relies on mostly casting his words with Celosia's. That is a so Jordan relies on casting with incantation. It should be incantation, basically spoken spells, while Celosia does not use incantation. August plucks out both their hair and absorbs into Liberox. This one was meant to be in the script. I don't know why I forgot. I don't know at all. I just completely forgot to mention it. And they were a bit confused, but he said it's going to be easy to cast support on them if needed. Which this information was mentioned in August Liberox thing. Where it is. Fuse part of DNA to the pole to give access to those buffs easily. I don't know why I left it out, but I left it out accidentally, so I'm going to put it right there. Explains that most people use wordless magic around their teams, but still use incantation to make it easy to visualize. This is more explaining about how magic works in this system and how they cast magic, especially with advanced and above level of magic. Memorizing the incantation helps you mindlessly use magic, but you can use magic faster without speaking. So basically what I'm trying to say here is, yeah, incantation, they're a bit slow, but if you just remember it off by heart and you can instantly just say it, you don't have to think like, okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. Well, like wordless magic, yes, you can use magic faster, but you also have to concentrate a little bit more, and you have to visualize the spells to, use it. So it's usually better to use incantation above advanced level. So Saint tier, Emperor's tier, Ancient tier. We're not going to talk about these ones yet. And then that's basically why people just some people will rely on just not even not spelling basically some of them will try to surprise the other opponent with not even with surprise with it. Yeah. So basically what I'm trying to say is, in fights, it doesn't matter if you use incantation or not. No, wait. No, screw it. I'll just forget about it. Basically, I'm trying. It's just magic. How there's different types. Just forget what I said there. Then Jordan cannot simply blah blah blah. Jordan cannot do that simply because he is externally using magic through the Grimoire. Jordan explained how his staff not Jordan, August. Oh, thank you. It's a little bit laggy now. Oh no. Bro, there's only this one thing, and I'm opening only Steam also. So, August. So basically, Jordan. This one is more of, okay. He only can use using magic through words because he's trying to tell his Grimoire. So the Grimoire can actually cast the spells, so she knows. But soon they'll be more instinct where he doesn't really need to use it anymore. He doesn't have to speak it out. But that's a little bit further in the future, and I'm not going to talk about it yet. August explains how his stuff acts as a weapon and an amplifier, basically a support tool. And then that's basically the small explanation what they're going through. She recommends to follow his instincts instead of trying to Okay, so this one is both Celosia and August were shocked about what. Oh yeah, I understand what this is now. So So Jordan is taking time with using the synchronization form with Harmony telepathically talking to Jordan. She recommends to follow his instincts instead of trying to force it, but he doesn't understand it well. So this one, I'm not going to explain what this means. This is basically a small detail that is going to play in the final arc or part 3 of this story. So this is more of, okay, he's got to finally understand what she means by that. And Harmony's gonna keep on saying that every time she used the form. Okay, this one is character introduction Harmony. This is just the design of the synchronization form. The design of a synchronization form is a full body armor that is white and blue with blue stripes. Is it stripes? Similar to Witch Hunter form from Tomato Gakuen 55 Chicken Shotai. And boosted gear scale male in High School DxD. So Witch Hunter form, it is this, which is the 35th platoon. That's what I usually call it, the 35th platoon, and that's boosted scale male. And it is similar but not inspired. That's for Project Trinity. I'm not going to talk about this. Funny enough that the 2 out of the 5 stories have full suits armor that can be activated, but they both function differently. Not going to talk about it. So most influence came from creating this idea is the 35th test platoon and Ash Greninja in Pokemon. It is less spiky. There are spikes, but it's not at a point where it's sticking line, and it's more around like Iron Man suit. I think it's just more. I didn't put Iron Man suit in there, but you kind of understand what I'm trying to say. How they transfer into this form is basically ripped off of Ash Greninja. Might as well to play it. You can't really hear it, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna skip to go this right there, and that's all I got to show. So it's mostly if you guys watch 35th Platoon, the Witch Hunter form, she has a host with it, where he gains this suit of armor because of the host, but it does not have the synchronization form. He does get a sword and blah blah blah. I don't really remember too much about it, but it is a show that exists. There's another one that has some similar similarities, especially with the Grimoire idea, where she could turn into a human. That's more in Trinity 7, but I left that out because I don't think that really matters, because it's just a lot of stuff like that. Okay, I'm way too far. And then before I tackle this, and then part 2, we'll talk about what's happening there. Part 3, I need to work on a little bit more. Let's talk about the power system and technique. So, welcome to the power system. This will also be slowly worked on. I'll make a proper video soon where it's going to tackle the whole thing. But right now, this is just more of an introduction. Classified info names are power system / classified worked on. Okay, yeah, I understand what I'm trying to say now. Classified info names are powers, systems / techniques that I am not ready to talk about. So, if you can see it here, there is classified info with code names. This is stuff that I already thought about. I know what it is, but I just cannot talk about it because it's really highly irrelevant. I can't tell you when I'm going to introduce it first, though. So, classified name, the conversion, that one would be introduced in part 3. So, in part 3, there's, before they get into the final battle, it's more introduction of 3 different groups that will join in at the later part of the story, and they will contribute in the final battle. And they will be introduced in end of part 2. And the 3 stories, the first one is offense / defense. not going to talk about what that is. The second one is nature versus artificial. That one I'm not going to explain. That's the second story. Third one is where it has the power up the conversion there. And the conversion, that one, if I want to summarize it, it's weak versus strong. Sorry, no, not weak versus strong. That's not a good one. It's more of, what is the? I would say, yeah, weak versus strong is probably the best I can say. Classified info eyes. This one is going to be a weird one because that's going to be in the middle of season. No, it's actually the fourth story is going to talk about it. The fourth story, but it's not going to go in any details in the fourth story. But I might go into a little bit of details in story 4, but it's not when it starts. So, like the proper information for the power will be in between season 1 and 2, and then classify into the info, the alteration. Alteration. What is that again? Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I know what alteration is now. I just remembered. It is gonna be introduced in season 4, but in the middle of the season 4, there's gonna be a story that kind of explains it a little bit more, and then see classified info, the core season 4 as well. And then I feel like I missed something. Damn it, what's it called? I just thought about it. It was definitely a power system I thought of. It's definitely part of this, but I just forgot about it. I forgot to mention about it, and now I legit forgot. So it's not. Damn it! It's in my head. Yeah, and I don't think I can think of it right now. I apologized. Then we go. Okay, we just go back to here. So the names you see are not the true names. That's referring to the classified info. That's not the true names of it. But I do know what it is. But I'm not going to talk about it yet. But it has something to do with it. So this is just clues. So if you can figure out what the clues are, then you might get what it is. And I don't know why, but alteration. This reminds me. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember now. That's more of a technique. I might as well just add it in. It's one of the most random techniques. So it's called the rerouting. There it is. That's what it is. I'm not going to explain what that means. That one is such a the reason why I just can't remember it or just don't talk about it that much is because it's so minor, but it is useful. It's one of the most I wouldn't say the most powerful, but it's more of something that is very good to have. It's good when you are off guard. So let me go back into the introduction. The rest have been named but haven't been used just because they're not very special to the story. So this means like generic powers, magic, hero's mark, divinity, and I would say elementalist, which is season 3. There we go. That's a subcategory of magic. Elemental banders, ki/chi, and energy. Energy. There's another word, but energy. That one is also story 3. But don't worry about it too much. It's very minor. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be useful for part 1 because all the names apart from one I have is gonna be introduced in the season 1. I just want to hide what the conversion is, and eyes. This one, I'm just not ready to talk about. And then we go to generic powers. So we do have someone with generic powers, and that is something that I should have mentioned in Solosia's information. So I apologize. I want to do something real quick because I don't. This is in something that I haven't mentioned. Where is it? I don't think it really matters though because you just saw it. There, let me go to Solosia's. I'm not gonna show what it is because you gotta see it soon. But I'm just gonna write something down real quick. There we go. That's something that you're not meant to see. That's just Guilty Gear Strive. I might as well just go back to generic powers, which is the most common thing. So many races have a secondary ability, which all classified as generic powers. It's usually given when it's born, and it allows them to use powers in any way they want. There's a rank for each one, but it's more to classify how common the powers are. The classification is common, uncommon, rare, super rare, ultra rare, and specialities. Specialities are powers that only one person has in this universe and is super rare. It also can be inherited through your parents. There are 2 possibilities. That comes from inheriting powers. You either get one of your parents' powers, both if you're lucky, or 2 powers fused into a new power. It is possible to be born with more than 1 power, but it rarely happens. Those are usually called jackpots. You can get powers from external sources, but you will not be classified as jackpots if you have more than 2. If you have you have more than 1. Since there are a variety of powers, I'll go through them all, and I'll go through the name, power description, ranking, and users. So basically, I'm going to explain it. So in this one needs explaining. I don't know how to talk about like the rarity of it. Inherited through your parents. This one basically you either inherit one of your parents' powers or it's a fusion between both. So you might have imagine if someone have your dad has water magic and your mom has no, I won't say magic, water magic. Let me just rephrase it. So if your dad has super strength and your mom has super speed, you either have both of them, or you have a different category like increase physical abilities, which is weaker than both, but it's a combination of just physical attributes. So it's more than just speed and power. You also get more durability, or you can just get one of your parents' powers like super strength to super speed. If you get both of them, you still don't have the physical durability of a fusion one, and that's kind of what I'm trying to say. It is possible for more than one power to have one. Blah 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 blah. You kind of get it. And this is the only power. No, I'm not gonna explain this one. I mean, I'm gonna explain it, but I won't be going in depth into it because, I mean, I'm not gonna explain. Yeah, no, I'm gonna explain it. Yeah. But it's basically part of Celestia's. She has something called Potent Condenser. This is a super rare generic power that increases the potency of the magic spells while cutting the mana cost by a significant amount, which is why she is able to use, although she has like an above average mana, not like as much as his like her parents or like her entire family. She's still able to use high cost mana purely because of this power she was granted out of nowhere. Because it although some people won't get magic for this race, they're not meant to have generic powers, but in some rare cases they will, and she is the rare case. And the reason why I put this there and why she has this power is due to story reasons, and it's gonna play a big part. She doesn't really know that this exists yet, although she should have. So this is a super rare generic power. I already explained that one. This power is a magic user's dream. They would kill to get this power. Basically, anyone who uses magic, they want this one. This power took a long time to figure out since no one could figure it out until Celosia and Redacted. I will bring up this character. She is in Season 1, but she's not ready to be explained, nor do I have a name for her. Did many test runs to figure it out between the first 2 seasons. User Celosia Thurgle. That's basically all I'm going to have. Magic is the most popular power, and that can be obtained. Almost every single life form has mana in their bodies, with some exceptions. There's a reason why, because I can name one race and one person who does not have magic. Then tiers of magic from weakest to strongest. Uniques 0. So uniques cannot be classified as strong or weak since it depends on the magic spells. This is a more personalized magic only that specific users can use. Others can use it, but the information of that magic is produced not that available, aka is a speciality. So what I'm trying to say is, so some power magic people create, it's more of their original spells. It's not unlearnable. It's just not really put into a dictionary or anything like that. So if someone have a magic like synchronization, yes, they can learn synchronization, but it's going to be very difficult, and they don't have access to that information to learn synchronization, especially because you need 2 people for it, and they don't really understand the proper concept of what a synchronization for magic is. So synchronization falls that in that category. It is a super effective. It is super specific, and most people will never figure it out how this magic works on a fundamental level. Since there are going to be many different unique spells, I'll go through all of them from a tier of the magic, and I will go through all of them from the tier of the magic and its description and what it does. So synchronization form, this one is basically copy and paste from Harmony's introduction, so I'm not gonna talk about it. Then this is where the weakest to strongest start. There's basic magic. Basic magic is more of our culture. It cannot really harm anyone. It allows people to create elements in small form. Life magic can only heal small cuts in basic magic. The elemental magic that is classified as basic are all supports, which elemental magic that is classified basic are all supports, which is used to support their own body. Most people who have bad damage on their body use this to lessen their pain. So basically, this is not an enhancement magic, which is like maybe low or intermediate. It just reduces stuff. There's low tier magic. I think this one is just all for explanation, by the way. So there's second one is a low tier, intermediate, advanced, saint, empress tier. So empress tier is what most people can comprehend as high tier magic. The ones above are beyond insane people's magic. So there's ancient. I'm gonna explain a little bit about ancient. This is basically magic that's lost to time, but it's extremely OP. And more people would be using ancient magic later on. There's Planetary Magic, don't worry about that. Galaxy Tier Magic, don't worry about that. Universal Magic, don't worry about that. Multiversal Tier Magic, don't worry about that. Outerversal Tier Magic, don't worry about that. God Tier Magic, don't worry about that. Beyond Tier Magic, this exists above God Tier Magic, but it's so comprehensible and almost impossible to use that most people don't even count it as a tier. This probably be used twice in the entire series, so don't worry about that. But it does exist. There's elementalists, I'm not gonna explain that. Elemental benders, I'm not gonna explain that. This is just Avatar the Last Airbender level, okay? They don't use magic, they just bend, and they need an external source unless it's air, that way they can easily gather up, or it's fire, where I'm not gonna explain what that is. There's ki/chi, you can probably understand that. Energy, I'm not going to explain that. I already explained the classified info. Divinity, this isn't really a power-up or a technique. It's more of a status that has extra abilities to those who have it. It is only available to the gods, so there's no legitimate way to obtain it since it gives some special properties. I might as well add it in. Don't worry about this too much. It doesn't really matter too much to the story, but it does exist. Then the Hero's Mark, same as Divinity. It's just a status that gives extra abilities. This does not matter much because barely anyone that we're gonna follow have Hero's Mark. I can guess one of them. I can say one of them has a Hero's Mark, but doesn't really count that she's a main character. She's not really. Then there's a weapon index. I'm gonna explain the weapon index a bit. Welcome to the weapon index. This is for every single weapon mentioned in the entire series. It will explain what kind of weapon they're classified and what properties they have. It will be named in order from rank and A to Z. Keep in mind that there are a lot of uniques due to most weapons being so this is just sorry, I just stopped because that was awful writing for me. Keep in mind there's a lot of uniques due to most of weapons being owned by main characters. So I'm not gonna explain uniques. Jewelry that damn it, that's really bad English. Jewelry that I can't even explain what I wrote there. Jewelry that I'll say. So a jewelry / accessory is meant to be used to enhance a certain specific property, does not count as a weapon. So basically, if someone has a ring that has a fast 5% increase casting time, or decreased casting time, that one is a jewelry, not a weapon, because you're not going to be using it as a weapon. So zero uniques, like the magic system. This is the weird one. It ranges from supreme to godly from strength. This is placed due to them not having significant history and the original world of being dead. I will mention what the comparable ranks are. These weapons are considered unique if they are used by a person with high status and strength. Basically, this weapon got boosted by their user. There is another type of unique that are weapons that manifest through their use. Okay, this one. So this one, I'm not going to explain this one. This is going to be story 3 where I'll explain this part properly. It is very common to happen, and even some species have that built into their genes. The strength ranges differently than the first type of uniques. Since the range starts around high grade. So what I'm trying to say is, man-made uniques are their minimum is supreme to god, and then they can go up to godly, while uniques that are manifested through user usually starts around high grade to above. I will also mention that some weapons are going to be graded at their peak, since many of the weapons are going to be modified to be stronger. So that's basically Liberox. I want to explain. Season 1 will be considered as great grade, so it'll be great. This level 4. And with August modifying to be King's grade in Season 2, which it's going to be King's grade. Where is King's grade? Right there. And then Season 3 will be Supreme grade, so it's going to be a little bit higher. So Season 3 is going to become a unique, because it's been boosted, because the reputation got boosted by a existing owner. No grades, this is disposable. Okay, I'm going to start with number 1. So no grades, disposable and weak weapons usually used for mass production or training. It is cheaper to make and easy to obtain. There are no enchantments or anything altering this weapon. Low grade, this is just no grades with basic enchantments. This used more for more combat than no grades. It's very easy to mass produce, and most of these blades are enchanted with low to medium grade enchanters. And high grades, this is just no grade with high enchantment. This is used for more combat than no grades. This is provided by guards/knights, basically people to protect a planet or country. They are enhanced by specialist enchanters. Then there's grade. A competent craftsmith/weaponsmith expert can create this level of strength. This is harder to mass produce, but it is used for people who want to seek being adventurous/combat fighters/guild members. It is extremely common to see this level of blades in their daily life, since many people work in that competitive field. Basically, this is more specialized. When someone wants a commission for a weapon, they're usually around grade level. Then there's King's grade, which is the highest most. Oh yeah, so this is the highest blade grade. So this is the highest blade grade can get without history. The ones above are only for ancient blades that has so much histories that makes them super special. This is for famous craftsmith/weaponsmith weapons. They are very good, and many people have weapons of this caliber. Famous craftsmith/weaponsmith can create stronger weapons, but all of those are from merits from the users. And I want to just oops. Then the Supreme grade, there's only 5,000. Or Supreme grade, this seems much, but remember that we are not going to be in one planet or galaxy. We're going universal, so basically there's 5,000 in the entire universe. And think about this: there's more than billions, trillions, or whatever big number there is. There's just so many people. So 5,000, not that much. Think there's like 20 billion worlds out in that. I would say not 20 billion, like 100 million worlds in that universe. 5,000 is small because not all the planets will have a supreme blade. Those have significant history that are wielded by famous legends around the universe. So basically, these has massive histories and is super strong. Heroes grade. This is weapons that are used by heroes of the world. Most people with the hero titles can use those. Some of it's manifested through the hero's heart. This number will keep rising due to many different heroes appearing throughout the universe. This is stronger than Supreme Blade, since most of the weapons are meant to be so strong they can counter evil/cursed weapons, which most of them are considered Supreme grade. So basically, this is going to be super common for anyone who has the hero's mark. And it's just a weapon they have. Conqueror's grade, there's only 100 considered Conqueror grade. They're extremely precious, and most weapons are stored in their planet origins. And there's godly grade, only 430 considered godly grade. These are created by gods in this universe. It is extremely strong to the point no normal person can wield it alive. Then the originals. The originals are created by their weapon gods. There are 8 in existence, which are sword, axe, lance, hammer, shield, dagger, scythe, staff. I don't think I want to add spear. There are no other blades that can stand against them. This is not created by the gods of this universe, but gods that rule the entire existence. This whole entire existence, this whole story is based on. There is one that exists, and this weapon might not. Wait, what the heck did I write there? I want to get rid of this one. This weapon might not exist in this universe / dimension / alternate reality and stuff like that. Don't see this much. So basically, originals, they're 10 that spread entire existence of this story. So we're not gonna. We are actually gonna see one of them. Actually, we are gonna see one, but we're not gonna see all of it. And I think we're actually gonna see a conqueror. No, we're definitely gonna see one in season 1. We're probably gonna see. Yeah, we are actually gonna see one. Yeah, so we're actually gonna see an original grade in season 1. I think. I'll get back to that one when the time's come, but it's not really thingamajiggy. I don't need to explain it. So Alwahmiat or Alwa is a 6'2", lanky, 48-year-old male with slight wrinkles showing on his face. He is very tan with a massive golden tattoo on the left side of his face. He has patterns of thorny vines. This first name is Alwahmiat, which means phantom in Arabic. His last name is a combination of 2 words, which is Lock. Yeah, this is basically Locuro's last name. Alwahmiat has bottle green line and slight eye bags underneath the light caramel brown long messy hair. And there's a link to that one there. And Gabriel Garibaldi beard, which I think I did not put in. He wears a black hooded cloak that has sleeves with golden patterns similar to his tattoo. Underneath his hood, he wears a long sleeve black leather tunic, and long black pants, and running shoes, which I'm showed there. Alwa is an obsessive man, clinging to his own ideology. He only wants perfection in everything he does. Anything that doesn't go his way, he will try to figure out how to get rid of it. He sees August as a threat to his family, since he is quite the opposite to what they specialize in. He fumbled in his chance to get rid of him due to respecting the law and killing. Respect the law. I'm gonna say respect the law. You don't need to explain. But the more the days went by, the more angry and chaotic he gets. Once he saw an out with the other families try to get rid of the government, he hopped to their side and have a chance. To change in what he wants. He holds a ton of magic like his son and has affinity to dark and cursed magic. He strikes them down with dark matter and slowly kills them. Usually, any form of light or cleansing can fight off dark and cursed magic, but he's at the level where advanced level of magic cannot cleanse it. He has one gold ring with a sapphire stone that increases the speed of dark and cursed magic. And I think that's all about it. I'm actually crashing down, I'm just speaking too much, and I think when I ended there, sorry if it's a little bit chaotic there, because I try to cover a lot of information in 43 minutes. Apologize for that. Next time I want to slow it down. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, I hope. Or hopefully I actually put a video for tomorrow.